Welcome to the Temple of Enki. My name is Max. I am the temple priest and lineage authority here at the Temple of Enki. I am an oracle and priest of Enki and the Sumerian gods and goddesses. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about what you can expect for 2026 and our predictions or our transmission for this upcoming year from the Anunnaki collective. So I tuned into 2026 and the energy of 2026 as well as the upcoming years last night prior to recording this video. And the things that came through were very interesting, very unusual compared to the previous years, in fact, the previous decade. So what the Anunnaki showed me in this vision was that everything that's happened since 2012 has been leading up to this moment in time. 2012 was a year where there was a lot of blueprints being set into the collective consciousness, and the seed of this blueprint started to sprout in 2016. And this went on for 9 years. Okay? So 9 years after 2016 is 2025. And they showed me this as a very multi-dimensional, multiversal unveiling of sorts. And many people that have been in tune with this shift are aware of the changes that are about to take place. But they also made me look at the numerology and the astrology behind this transformation. 2025 is a year of the snake in Chinese astrology. And numerologically speaking, 2025 adds up to 9, which is the number of completion. It is the number of the omega, the end. Okay? So they basically denoted that this 3D consciousness on this planet has officially been shedded like the skins of a snake in the snake year of 2025. And being a 9, 2025, this upcoming year is a result of all the transformation, isolation, and shedding the collective has been going through since 2012. And they showed me this to be like a caterpillar turning to a butterfly, or a snake turning into a dragon. We can already see in the collective that there are a lot of shifts going on the planet, whether it's the Epstein list, the Zionist power structures being exposed and finally coming to light. People are really starting to see how deep the corruption is on this planet, and that is why the Anunnaki are here. In fact, their arrival to Earth has been expedited because of how corrupt the Earth became. So now let's get into the nitty-gritty details when it comes to 2026. So I'm speaking as a collective here, as a collective consciousness with the Anunnaki, as well as my own individual consciousness. So the things that they showed me for this upcoming year, if we were to look at it from an astrological and numerological point of view, 2026 adds up to 1 in numerology, which denotes new beginnings. New beginnings, leadership, fire. Okay, there's a lot of fire. So one thing they really showed me, especially for the starseeds, is that if you've been in isolation for a long time, if you suffered a lot of emotional loss, damage, depth in any way, shape, or form, if you feel like the outside world is just really cold and there's no room for you there, and you're just kind of in your own cave, in your own shell. They showed me that in 2026 and 2027 that these starseeds are going to be warming up the world with their essence. This snake skin of the 3D matrix that's been shed kept a lot of us in hibernation to keep our internal heat stable and warm. But now the collective is going to be reaching an all-time high in heat. Heated debates, heated court hearings, heated justice, I suppose. There's going to be a lot of I told you so's from the conspiracy theorists and the starseeds. And this is going to cause a lot of starseeds to come out and share their light with people more, because humanity and the collective is going to be more receptive to it. So that's number one. Okay, that's number one. Another thing they showed me, 2026 being the year of the horse. I believe it's a fire horse. I'm not sure. But it is the year of the horse. And the year of the horse is all about running free. The year of the horse is all about breaking free from your chains and breaking free from your limitations and reclaiming your freedom, your solar energy. So there's a lot of people in the collective right now breaking through these chains and these limitations that have been set up by Zionist and reptilian forces. And this is going to cause a lot of people to break out of their limiting beliefs, limiting thought forms, limiting emotions, limiting lifestyles. It's going to cause a huge upheaval. We are getting the final result of what this new human species is going to be after the shedding. So at first, the collective is going to feel empowered. At first, the collective is going to feel like, yes, we finally know the truth. There's power again with humanity. But a lot of people are going to be shocked, because with that power, people are also going to see how small they are. They're going to see how naive they've been, how blind they've been. And at first, people are going to be a little frozen. At first, the collective is going to be like, wow. People are going to be shocked. Okay, I'm just going to let you know right now. People are going to be shocked. A lot of people aren't going to know what to do with the information that's about to come to light regarding, the political leaders around the world, the corruption, the governments around the world, the child and human sex trafficking around the world, as well as some of the darker stuff like the human sacrifices and the Molochian collective rituals that have been putting humanity under a collective dream spell. People aren't going to know how to digest the fact that they've been in a very complex collective consciousness experiment, and they're going to have a hard time coming to terms with the fact that aliens have been running the planet in a nutshell. So 2 things are going to be highlighted. 2 things. Number 1 is the dethroning of the Zionist, draconian, reptilian type of power structures on the planet. And then people are going to have a hard time coming to terms with the fact that they are aliens and that there are good aliens now, dethroning the bad aliens. So people are going to start seeing the movies they've been watching very differently. they're going to feel very foolish. They're going to feel like, oh my gosh, it was all real. Superpowers, aliens, Star Wars, Star Trek. And people are going to have like some people at least are going to have like an existential crisis of sorts. And one thing they also showed me is that the ice around our toroidal circles, if you will, around the planet, the North Pole, the South Pole, are melting. And these layers of our reality are going to start coming closer and closer and merging more and more and more. So we're going to start seeing that there are lands outside of the lands that we know to be the Earth. And we're going to know much more about the Earth as well as the nature of water and the ice and how the ice holds memory. So as the heating that's happening on the planet is, melting the ice holds memory. So that memory from the old world, from Atlantis, from all these ancient civilizations, comes back to life. That's why the elites are terrified of global warming, and they don't want the ice to melt, because when the waters are free, so is humanity. So is the blood of children. It's free. So they don't want that energy to be free. They want it isolated and frozen and selected for their purposes as much as possible. So that's the gist of it, honestly, if I'm going to be quite frank. 2026 is going to be a really apocalyptic year. I wouldn't say it's going to be destructive. I see it more as humanity is just fed up. Like, if you think people are fed up now in 2025 with everything that's going on in the world, whether it's Israel, whether it's the Epstein list, whether it's America continuing to support Israel, whatever it may be, okay, whatever it may be. It might just be the old draconian controlling systems too around the planet. People are just tired of it. People are tired of it. And we're getting out of this phase of, what can we do? Right? But next year in 2026, people aren't going to be thinking like that anymore. People are going to be taking on the spirit of the horse, the leader, the fire, and they're going to burn through the ice. And people are going to start remembering who these people were. And people are going to be much more interested in the Anunnaki. They're going to start to see the serpent symbolism around the world in all these ancient civilizations, how there's good serpents, how there's not so good serpents, and how some of these serpents dehumanized and put humans in the lower wheels of the food chain, right? And we can see that today in the Middle East. Honestly, we can see the dehumanization and how humans, or goyim, are seen as cattle, because this is a Nephilim civilization. And these are the type of people that, or beings rather, that want to take over the surface world. They are subterranean species. They are not from here. And they are using this as a front to basically invade the surface. This is not working for them. It has blown up in their face right at the last minute, if I may. And now it's all crumbling. Hundreds of years, if not thousands of years of planning and executing, infiltrating has collapsed in like 2 years. It's just collapsed completely. So now it's just going to be ramped up more. honestly. 2026 is the warming up stage. Humanity is acclimating to the new heat, to the freedom fighter consciousness. Okay? So, not all of the breakthroughs are going to happen in 2026. Okay? 2026 is like warming up the cauldron. Okay? It's the initial ignition. That's what 2026 is going to be. And it's going to happen quite soon. Like the second we get into 2026, like January, February, things are going to be changing top to bottom. And it's going to set the stage for the upcoming years, for sure. In fact, the one thing the Anunnaki told me back in October was that these next 3.5 months leading up to January was going to be a reflection of the next 3.5 years. So that says a lot, you know, with all the power structures being dismantled during this time, with all the child abuse in American politics being exposed during this time. I'd say what's going to happen in the next 3.5 years is just a more magnified and amplified reflection of what's happening right now. So there's going to be a push for digital IDs. This is because the elites at this point know that the jig is up and humanity woke up. And so they're going to be executing their agendas faster now. Everything's much more accelerated. Let's just put it that way. And this is a final desperate attempt. So we don't want people to necessarily feel like they're losing power, that it's all over. No, it's not over for humanity. If humanity is feeling like they're being imposed these tyrannical rules upon them and they're losing power, it's an illusion. It's how the elites are feeling about humanity, and they're just projecting it onto humanity. So internalizing the power struggle is the worst thing you can do during this time. So if you're looking at the world and you're like, oh my gosh, they're imposing digital IDs and vaccine passports, whatever, you know, whatever it may be, whatever control system they're trying to impose, instead of seeing it as, oh my gosh, it's over. Instead of seeing it that way, view it as that's how they're feeling. Whatever they're trying to make you feel, that's how they're feeling. Okay? So it's all an illusion. They have put humanity through such deep narcissistic abuse that humans can't even tell when these people feel intimidated. So if you're feeling at a loss, intimidated in any way, shape, or form, know that that's how they feel about you. I'm going to finish this video with a channeling from the Anunnaki collective in a trance state. Stand by and just receive. You know, if you have any questions about the channeling, make sure to leave them in the comments below, and I will answer them shortly. Now, with that said, I call on the Anunnaki crown, Father Enki, and the Anunnaki collective to channel a message for 2026. In the upcoming years, massive totalitarian government systems and officials will be exposed for the taking. No more tyranny shall take place. Mankind will be unavailable to them. Our price is our oneness. Our will is the planet itself. We will it be that these forces will be removed with extreme caution and severity. Show these beings no mercy. Give them no peace of mind. Destroy their systems, and we will reward you. Our reward is our crown, our light, our coronation of humanity into the rightful divine will state, in which all of earth lives harmoniously and blissfully under our crown. You see, their crown takes from mankind and nature. They hoard the waters of the earth. Our crown, our true crown, gives from the heart of the cosmos. It is nature, eternal divine will and love, eternal wisdom incarnate. The man that has come before you, known as Jesus or Yahshua, was ours. He is the example of humanity's eternal nature, and also the example of how these forces wish to dominate you and treat you. And now, as you can see, they crucify the women, children, and men in the same land, in the same nation. They crucified my son. He will get justice, as will all of you, under our crown. There is a race beneath your feet that is an outcasted civilization of the old world. These beings practice necromancy, and they will suffer greatly, and are, as we speak, for the changes that are to come. Your governments know of these forces, the ones that dwell in the subterranean plains. They were once a part of our clans, but they were banished for their misuse of sorcery. And their tyrannical methods of power acquisition. Our power is natural. Theirs is an abomination. It manipulates the fabric itself. It manipulates thoughts, personalities, DNA, and form. That is why there is much suffering in the world. We bring this suffering to a close. There will be no more bloodshed. In the coming years, we will give you what you need to have sustainable lives here on Earth. We will be reactivating the megalithic structures around your planet that have been shut off by these forces. to keep human energy and the waters from above entrapped, suffocating this world for their gain. With this grand coronation that will be taking place, stretching to the four corners of the world, their necromancy, their geomancy, and their power struggles will no longer touch the surface world in any way, shape, or form. Keep us in mind during this time. Have faith in us and our human allies. We will be with you shortly. It is only a matter of time. Do not fear them. Stand up to them with boldness and courage. They are like dogs, and you must show them who is the alpha. You must become the beast and tame it, control it, and direct it. Spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically. This is our crown chant. Anunnaki imzamna koronakaya. Anunnaki imzamna koronakaya. Anunnaki imzamna koronakaya. This is our crown chant to connect with our crown. It will give you great empowerments, strength, and upbringing into the God plane. You will be one in heaven as it is on earth. And vice versa, you will be one as the poles shift, the above and below merge, and a new species is born. It is now up to you if you will be crowned by the One and as the One. So be it. This is our message. And till next time. Powerful message. Thank you, Father Enki and Anunnaki Collective. That is a chant I did not know, but I am going to try it. I suggest you all try it as well. But that is all I have to share, we have to share for this message, for our predictions, and our transmission for the year of 2026. A lot of great things in store. It is time for humanity to rise as they fall. Okay? So, do not be intimidated by anyone, by anything. Remain centered, remain grounded. If you feel like you're a little too hyper, manic, overcharged, or your sense of reality is shattering, remember to breathe and ground. And if you need anyone to consult, obviously, the temple priest, yours truly, is here to help with this process, either through group meetings or one-on-one. So make sure to check out the temple services. Make sure to check out the temple Patreon full of those amazing Anunnaki spells and incantations. That is all for this video. That is all we have to share for our predictions regarding 2026. If you like this video, make sure to like, share, subscribe. Leave your comments, your questions, your feedback in the comment section below. And until next time.